What are the 5 main takeaways from fall camp so far? Some Coach Sam Pittman sound recapping the fall scrimmage and more. We made it. Episode 9 is here from the relaunch of Sports Talk with BigPapaSmall. Welcome into the Gravity Design Lab studio. I'm Brian Small, aka BigPapaSmall. I'm glad you've chosen to be here today. Let's get into it right after this.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the Big Papa Small VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website bigpapasmall.com and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right. Yeah, to me, there are 5 key takeaways from the offensive side of the ball from fall camp so far. Number 1, Coach Petrino is coaching up the QBs to in a high level of depth on anywhere from throwing the ball to setting up the play action, how many steps to take, where to look whenever you're reading to play action and trying to look off the DB. He's coaching them up, and that was pretty cool to see at the practice that I was able to make it out to. And then number 2, Coach Ronnie Fouch, he talked about his wide receiver room and some key points of seeing Isaiah Satania's speed on tape versus in person, and he's talked about how his speed can be utilized very, very well, and then Broden's speed and size. He didn't get as much action um, on tape as some of the other guys last year, like Armstrong and some of those guys did. But he's a big boy. He's got a lot of size and he's got some speed. So I see him taking a big step this year too. And in one of the post practice media um, times, the wide receiver room had some of their guys in there with Isaiah and Tesla, and some of those guys were in there, and they were talking about how they loved the vet heavy room, including the old man himself, Monte Harrison. That's the freshman that was born in 1995. It's pretty crazy. But that's thinking about he's coming off of a professional baseball career, which is pretty awesome. So I mean, he's athletic, and they were talking about how he has some good hands, and he's kind of continued to adjust and improve every day, and getting back used to football. After I think Sam said it was a 10-year break there. So I mean that's pretty wild. That's a fun story, but he may contribute some. That would be pretty awesome. And then in that same respect, there's been several wide receivers that have talked about how they've been training and practicing and being versatile in their position. They're kind of adapting a little Eric Musselman positionless basketball to the football field, the wide receiver room, because you got all these guys that can play inside and outside, and that's traditionally played on the outside, like Tesla, that might move to the slot. There's a lot of moving pieces that they say, whatever I can do to A, get more playing time, and B, help the team win. I mean, that's all you can really ask for there. And then last but not least, the running back room has been a standout too, because I mean, you have JJ, R Dub, Hill. You have all these guys that are gonna have, I think, gonna have good years this year if everything goes according to plan. But then you also have their freshman, Braylon Rush. Wow, Braylon Russell. Say that 5 times fast. I see him stepping in as a freshman, as a true freshman, and doing some good things for that room. Now, is he going to have an explosive year? He might, but he's one of those um, bowling ball, cannonball, little little stout, like not the big elusive back, but the big like power back, as a freshman, which that's that's pretty awesome. I could see him stepping in and doing some good things in there too. And but it's I mean, obviously, it's JJ and R Dub's room. I think they're going to be 1 and 2 and carrying their fair share of the load there in the running back room. But these other guys, they could definitely contribute. Now, a little bonus for you. Um, when I was at the practice that I was able to be at, I got a video of a guy tossing another guy the ball right at my feet. Kind of took me back to my high school days. Malachi Singleton, he had a absolute dime to redshirt freshman Davion Dozier, who's had a good camp so far too. But that was that was really cool. He threw it just right over the shoulder, and he caught it one handed and held it all the way into the ground and through contact and everything. It was pretty awesome. So all that's kind of the standouts on the offensive side of the ball. I think I mean they've all said it. Their goal every time they step out on the field is to score points. So we'll see. It's still it's still talking season right now when it's not a we don't have actual games to be played against other people yet. So that's coming up here this month though. So we've got UAPB at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. So I'm ready to see some of this in action. They're against somebody else, but it's fall camp's going good, and we'll hear when we get back. We'll hear from Sam Pittman, and he'll kind of talk about the scrimmage and what he saw out there, and kind of give some injury updates and that kind of stuff along the way. But overall, it sounds like it's been a fairly healthy camp so far, and they're taking care of guys that need to be taken care of and all of that. So we'll sit tight. We'll be right back, and we will dive right into some of that Coach Pittman audio and see where we land after that. All right, sit tight.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the Big Papa Small VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, welcome back in. As promised and fully anticipated, here's the Coach Sam Pittman audio where he recaps the closed scrimmage that he just came off the field of. So he kind of gives his first take, eyes on the field recap of what he saw and what he was looking at. And then he also gives a little injury update and talks about it a little bit more. So let's send it right over to Coach and let him tell us about it.
scrimmage format is just like it always is, which you guys, I don't know if you've ever been to one. I think you have, but so we had 6 kickoffs, ones, twos, and threes, twos apiece. We had 7 punts. The ones went 3, 2, and 1. Ones, twos, and threes that way. We had 9 field goals, 5 and 4, 1 and 2. We start the scrimmage 1-0 versus 2D, then the 1D versus 2-0, then the threes and threes. The next series is 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3. Then we had a 3rd down, 8-rep 3rd down situational scrimmage where it's good on good, 1s and 2s. Then we went to red area, and that's good on good, 1s, 2s, and 3s. And then we went to low red, good on good, 1s, 2s, and 3s. And then we had a 2-minute situation, 42 seconds, 1 timeout, minus 44. And that was with the 1s and 2s. The 1s did not convert that. The 2s did. And I think Kyle just told you about Shipley's 51-yard field goal there to win the game at the end for the offense. So I thought the offense started extremely fast. 1s and 2 offense started extremely fast. Defense won a lot of situations. I felt like they came back in the second half. I talked to the team after the game. We got to figure out on offense how to finish the game, and on defense we got to figure out how to start the game, because we weren't very good defensively at the beginning, and we were a lot better. Thought our run defense was a lot better after the beginning of the first 2 series by the 1s and the 2s. But I thought Taylor Green was on point. I'm very, very pleased with Singleton. He's playing well there with the 2s. And quarterback-wise, I thought we had a really good day. They've got great leadership of the team, of the offense. And so, to be honest with you, is very few penalties. I don't think the offense had but an illegal procedure until late in the scrimmage. I think the first one there was with the 3s. Very clean there. We had about 3 PIs defensively, which in this, I don't want to make a mountain out of a molehill. We'll have to get it better, but you're talking about first team, second team, and third team playing. So overall, I thought our penalties were good. We had SEC officials, ones that have done 4 of our games, their entire crew here. So that really, really is going to help us. We're 3 weeks out from today, and that's really going to help us with those officials. And I told them to call it just like they see it. And of course, the hardest part is, figuring out whether they sack the quarterback, because the quarterback in his mind never gets sacked, and the defensive line, if they're 5 yards away from him, would automatic sacked him. So that's the worst thing of the scrimmage, to have to deal with it with the head coach as the head coach. But I thought we got a lot done, and I was very, very pleased. And I think we pretty much came out injury free from what I know right now, guys. I didn't see anybody going over the sidelines with an injury. So that was a great day.
You got the total snaps, maybe?
In these particular scrimmages, you'll usually get between 130 and 150. So you divide that. Obviously, the 3s will get about 30 reps. So you usually get about 50 snaps per guy is what it usually averages in this. You go 12 to 15 in a rack, and if the offense is close down there to scoring, or I'll keep it going. I think we did have the lengthiest rack we had was 19, but that was with the 3s. I want to make sure that everybody got to play the 3s and the 4s. So I'm going to guess that the totality of the scrimmage time-wise obviously was about 2.5 hours, and then rep-wise probably about 150 times.
Any overall thoughts on the run game? And then completely separate from that, have you made advancement on who's going to have the radio thing on defense, tailing and defense?
The quarterback will, and then, the Mike linebacker probably will. It depends, what they do. We haven't found, to be perfectly honest with you, that the communication because we're signaling everything, or he's going to have to signal on defense. We haven't found that communication is necessarily a plus for us defensively. Offensively, it certainly is, and we've tried it, but that would be the Mike linebacker. It would be, or Story would have it on.
I know you just got off the field and haven't watched the film, but is there anybody that jumped out at you, that individual that you think that maybe surprised you?
I thought Satagna, he made some big plays out there. I thought he made some big plays out there. As soon as you ask me the question, I'll tell you who didn't play today. But Gums made some plays. Braden Russell's a load. Rodney Hill, I'm really proud of him. Again, at the beginning of the scrimmage, you could say the offensive line was really doing well, and then situational, and towards the end, you could say the defensive linebackers were, when we tried to run the ball later in the scrimmage, couldn't. Defense really did a nice job when we were trying to run it early. But if you're just talking about people, Jaden Johnson stuck out to me. Our linebacker core stuck out to me. Obviously, Landon Jackson. Cam's a little beat up in the hip, Cam Ball, but Landon Jackson's really, really good player. I mean, and Kiwi Rose made a lot of plays today, just off the top of my head.
Yesterday, the Kiwi's really coming on pretty strong. Is he making a case to possibly push for that other tackle spot?
Absolutely. No doubt about it. We're really pleased with those four, those inside guys. Ian Griffard made a really good play, first play. Didn't we run it the first play of the game? I think no, we play action, threw it to Satagna for about 50 or 30 or 40, whatever it was. But the first play Ian was in there, we ran, and he had a 2-yard tackle for loss, and he showed up. He's got to. I'm really pleased with all our guys and effort and all that, but we got to find the fourth inside D tackle. We got to find the fourth defensive end. I mean, that's what we've got to do. And so we'll get the tape, but to answer your question, that's what I saw. Let me say this, guys. That Devin Bell, man, he can punt the ball. I mean, he punted it 3 times a day, and I don't know what he averaged. Maybe it was over 50, I promise you. And every one of them was a fair catch. I mean, the guy, well, one of them he kicked out of bounds, but it was 50-something yards out of bounds. And then the other 2 were fair catch. He's had a phenomenal camp.
Anybody get held out or limited today?
Yeah, I can just go down. I was anticipating this. Pat Kuda's got a back, so we're resting it. We've rested it for a few days. We feel like we'll get him back. I'm not positive. It may be another week. It may be another week and a half, but we feel good that we're going to get him back. Joffrey Brown, we held him today. That was us. He's had some knee surgeries and things, and we've been holding him some in practice as well. So that was a neat deal. Luke Brown is going to have a trim on his cartilage that he had worked on before. So that was 2 days ago. John Hill, Luke has, Anton Junekaj, and Marquise Robinson are out with concussions, and they've all been out different times. So depending on when they get back, I think Anton was the first one, so I anticipate him being back this coming week. Cuddy Marquise would be the next one, and then Luke's was just recent, and John Hills was just recent. Rashad Dubinion didn't play today because of a knee swelling on his knee. Jaquinta Jackson has his mild ankle sprain. Tyrone Broden, we didn't play him today from turf toe. I imagine some of these guys will be back tomorrow, but we just held them today. Dylan has a back. He'll probably be back tomorrow as well. Jaheim Singletary's got a hamstring, and Vito's got a pulled growing muscle. Obviously, we know he's a kicker, so we held him. I don't have any. The longest one that I think is going to be out is Luke Brown, because he's going to have to be out for a couple of weeks. But the rest of these guys will be back. I think if we forced half of that group to play today, I think they could have. Did I miss Armstrong?
Yeah.
Armstrong's got a slight hamstring too. I think they could have played if we pushed them. You know, when I was in high school, I had a hamstring and I had a groin, and I don't know if I'd have got out of the way of that damn guy hit me in front of my knee or not. But we didn't play anybody today. We're trying to get better today, and we felt like as a staff that it'd be better to hold these kids, get them back healthy, and then because we still have another scrimmage and some other live reps going on, so we decided to do that.
It doesn't sound like many long-term injuries,
No,
but
none of these guys are long term. I'm not worried about any of those guys. And I'll be honest with you, Trey. Sometimes in these first scrimmages, you can hold guys a little bit if they're a little not bumped, but if they're, you know, there's some ligament problems that could magnify because of the portal. You got to look at guys, and it's really good. You know, you don't want to put a guy in that's a 2 that you're looking at the first time against the ones in a live situation. So we looked at it as much as we could as a positive, and I felt like we came out of the scrimmage that way.
you mentioned Braylon just a little bit. What has he
Yeah.
done that you have been impressed with, and where do you think his ceiling is maybe this year?
Well, he's going to help us. I mean, he's going to be in the rotation. He's going to help us. He's a good player. He's a hard runner, but he's also faster than what you might think, and he's got a bad to the bone stiff arm. I mean, he's really good with that, and his consistency of hitting the hole hard is what he's got to improve on, and he knows that. He won't be disappointed that I said that. He knows that. If he does that, he's going to become a really, really good football player, really good back.
We heard the kicking statistics, but just after we've talked a lot about them struggling to kick in the stadium, do you feel like that's gotten better?
Man, you know, 8 for 9 today from different places on the field, different. I'm so proud of those guys. I'm proud of Shipley now. I mean, he struggled, you know, last year, not anytime, just in the scrimmages, you know, but to come in there and hit a 51-yarder when the game's on the line today was big. And obviously Scott, or excuse me, you're Kyle, right? Kyle had told you about the other ones, and none of them were we had one extra point, but then I just kept moving. I moved it everywhere because I know they can make extra point. I wanted to see if they could make other distances, and was really proud of all those guys. They you know, competition in anything really helps. And that's what we have. And it's been really, really fun to watch.
You said Malachi has been playing well. Just where do you feel like the competition's at with him and KJ?
Well, I mean, Malachi's definitely the 2 right now. I mean, there's no, you know, KJ and Boda are fighting it out there to continue to move up on the depth chart. But Malachi's played. I mean, you'll have to ask Taylor about that because he sees him in a different light than I do because he knows all his reads and all that. But I tell you what, he's throwing the ball well. He's getting the ball out of his hand, and he's a terrific runner as well.
Two guys at practice that we've seen bouncing in different positions, Anthony Switzer and Addison Nichols. Did you bounce them around today? I know Addison maybe has been with some guys missing out. You've moved him to guard, but you know, what did you see from them and where did they primarily play today?
Guard, he played. Addison primarily played guard. And you asked about Switzer. Switzer played both. He played hog and he played inside, and played with the 1s and played with the 2s. The other day, you know, open field tackle, he's just trying to kill everybody, you know, and I felt like he did a much better job today in space getting guys on the ground.
And, you know, with Tyrone and Andrew out today, who other than Isaiah, which receivers maybe impressed you?
And Taylor, Dozier, that's right. Dozier made some big catches. He catch a couple touchdowns maybe. Made some big catches in there, and 82. Monte Harrison caught some balls today and turned up and ran pretty well with it. And of course, who was the one that come wide open on a busted play? Monte, that was him. But he also made a couple stop routes and turned the ball up and made some plays there. He's going to help us. He's a good kid, you know, good young man.
Hey, Sam, there was a story yesterday you were quoted about saying you were in favor of these injury reports if they were, you know, mandatory and uniform. What are the benefits of it?
Well, I think, some of it is guys, you guys, if a kid's out, okay, and you just say he's out, for me, if I say he's out and that's it, then sometimes, then y'all get frustrated with it because you want to know why he's out. Sometimes I don't want to tell you why he's out. And you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes it's disciplinary reasons. Sometimes it's a death in the family. There's sometimes, you know what I mean? And sometimes he's injured, you know what I mean? So to me, I'm for it because out is just out. And then you go from there. So, and I think the NFL does it that way. And so I'm for it. And I think it will help, especially with quarterback situations, you can't say, well, I don't know. I mean, if he's out, he's out, and you've got to say it, so I'm all for it. And I'm all for it because there's sometimes even guys legality why we can't talk about why we're not playing a kid, and it just makes it to me a lot more cut and dry, a lot more easier, a lot easier on me to not worry about getting sued or something too.
And then I've got a question for you about Talon. I know he's sitting right here next to me, but what did you think you were getting from Talon and what did you get?
Not what we got, to be perfectly honest with you. I knew he could throw the ball. I knew that he was fast. I didn't know the kid. The kid is more valuable than the athleticism, to be perfectly honest with you. And I tell you, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he's not a running quarterback. He can run. He's a thrower, but he can run now. And guys that have his athletic ability a lot of times get categorized as a running quarterback. This guy's a quarterback that if you break down now, he's gonna take off. He's gonna hurt you. And but I think it's the culture, the leadership, and we got Sori sitting in here too. It's the culture and the leadership and the value that they bring. You'll never hear either one of them complain. They know that is vampire energy. They don't want that. They're tremendous team guys. But to answer your question, no, I had no idea what we were going to get in him that we've got. No idea. I don't know that you can, but it's been very, very special.
Going back to Nichols, how y'all have been bouncing him and Wiggins kind of back and forth between center and guard. Have you determined like maybe Nichols is better at guard when Wiggins is at center, or is that still kind of like a work in progress, kind of figuring that out?
I think if we started right now, fair question. I think if we started right now, it would be Nichols at guard and Wiggins at center.
And Monte Harrison, his name keeps getting brought up this fall. Has it surprised you at all that he's been able to come right in after 10 years away from football?
Not if you really look at his body as a athletic ability and even you go back to his high school tape, again, you got to look at the kid after that, I mean, talent, that's what's frustrating about talented kids. If they can't get the job done because they're talented, then there's something going on up here that's keeping them off of the field, whether it's work ethic, whether it's attitude, whether it's whatever. This guy, I knew he was very talented. I didn't know him, but I had a high recommendation from a guy I love that told me that he's a wonderful person, and he was right about that. So I probably thought he would progress hoping about what he has.
About this yet, but just with the rule change that removed the limit on the number of coaches you can have, basically, just do you have plans for staff changes with that? How has that kind of changed practice?
But not right now because the rule changed, right when we had our staff. Maybe in the future you look at some other opportunities there. But I tell you what has helped us with is, when they allow you to have 120 in camp and you can two spot, you got guys on the other field that have been coordinators at D2, 1AA, have been, that guys were using where you were using their brain, where now we can use them to actually coach on the field. So I think the benefits come more from individualized teaching, but it also comes from you can get extra reps for your developmental guys, not your ones and twos. They're going to have the same amount of reps, but for your developmental guys and the coaching, like Miles got down there coaching the quarterbacks on the two field. I think there's so much benefit from that, and that's why we two spot a lot. And I think that allows us to do that, and it's going to allow us to develop our team faster, in my opinion.
Hey, Sam, I think Kyle said you guys had 7 kickoffs. You said Vito was out. I was wondering who handled kickoffs.
That's a good question. Who handled kickoffs? Devin Bell, and who was the other guy? Shipley didn't do it, right? Who? Oh yeah, Vondermeeden.
Yeah, and I know Devin. He kicked.
Bell won the kickoff job in the spring now when everybody was healthy.
Okay, and
he can boot it.
And then now this is a little different, but I was talking to Chris Buckham yesterday. He said he really appreciated, I guess, you and Charlie Williams getting Roger Stone at his thrower into pro day. He said you don't just get to walk off the street into that, but he's probably going to do track. Did you? I know you're focused.
Can you believe that?
I just wonder if you knew what.
The freaking Olympics in the discus, and set it what an Olympic record. The guy's incredible. You know, he's coming in here, man. I'd like to play football. The dude's an Olympic discus thrower. I said, you need to go out there and keep chunking that thing. My Lord, congratulations to him. And Bucky and all them. Man, that's incredible. Gold medal guy out there running around trying to make somebody's team in the NFL. Did you know that, guys? That guy that worked out in pro day won the Olympics in the discus. That's crazy. It's unbelievable.
Coach, there's some optimism around the program from a lot of people, I think, including you. But how much is Bobby Petrino contributed to that optimism? I mean,
well, I think he was automatic bringing optimism to the program when we hired him. You know, because of the success he had here as a head coach. I love Bobby. He's done a really good job helping me with. I run him and Travis. I run a ton of stuff off of them. And usually it's, yeah, I think we should do that. And sometimes it's, you know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? But the thing that Bobby brings to our program is just, and Travis as well, Bobby brings that swag to the program. He brings that belief of our players. They believe in whatever he says that it's going to work, you know, and the schematics of how it's going to work. They believe that he knows all the answers for that. And there's a lot to be said about that when you're coaching kids and they're not questioning how you're coaching them. They're going, if he tells me something and I do it like he says with my athletic ability and my mind, it's going to work. And I think that he has a very unique way with people. And I think, I think Taylor could probably answer it better than me, but that's how I feel the kids see him.
Are you a business owner looking to elevate your brand to new heights? Look no further than Gravity Design Labs, your one-stop destination for all things design and marketing. At Gravity Design Labs, we specialize in crafting stunning brand identities, jaw-dropping web designs, eye-catching graphics, and strategic marketing solutions tailored just for you. Our creative engineer is here to transform your vision into a reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can defy gravity? Elevate your brand with Gravity Design Labs. Visit gravitydesignlabs.com today and let's launch your business to the next level. Remember, your success is just a design away.
Are you tired of missing out on exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and special giveaways? Well, fear not, because we've got something special just for you, the Big Papa Small VIP email list. By signing up, you'll be the first to know about our upcoming guests, exclusive interviews, and of course, some killer giveaways that will make you feel like the MVP. Plus, you'll get a direct line to Papa himself, with personalized updates straight to your inbox. Just head over to our website, BigPapaSmall.com, and look for the sign-up link. It's that easy. Be part of the inner circle, because here at Big Papa Small, our VIPs are the real MVPs.
All right, man. What a show. A lot of info there. I think everything's kind of setting up there for our 6-6 pick. You know, we may jump in there and steal one from somebody that we probably shouldn't, but that's the way of the game. We may have some close games that shouldn't be close either. So we'll see. You know, I think I don't want to hype it up too much because it is what it is right now. We're not playing against anybody else. We haven't seen it on the field, but I'm holding true to my 6-6 record, baby. Let's go. But all right, you know, until next time, stay blessed, stay passionate, and tell somebody you love them. We'll see you next week when the kids go back to school. Look out. It's that time. All right, have a good week, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.